Did it. We're live. We're live, and it is game week. Week 1.
Finally, we made it. The wait is over. We're here.
Patrick Harms is ecstatic right now, and I'm very excited to see him in the house.
Woo! No
Bob Swede's already talking up his voodoo.
I haven't gone to the liquor store. I got a bunch of beer for my birthday. I'm well stocked. No need to run. But yes, I will drink a voodoo on air soon.
I don't believe him. I'd like to believe him, but I don't.
You know I'll do it. I'm a man of my word.
Yeah. Ellis Gregor, he's a wrestling fan.
Hell yeah. Nature boy. Nothing better.
Yeah, I think he's a little overrated myself.
I wasn't a fan early, but as he's gotten older, really come to respect the Nature boy.
Yeah.
We're gonna beer with him sometime.
Better hurry up and have that beer. We're gonna be talking Bengals. We're gonna be talking Vikings. We're gonna be talking all sorts of things. We'll give her a minute here.
Well, yeah, we're talking Vikings, Bengals. Man, what a matchup! What a kind of an odd week 1 battle.
Odd, entering the unknown. It's very scary. Very scary.
Hell yeah, man. I think it's just me and you tonight at this point.
Me, you, Bob Swede, Patrick Harms, and Ellis Gregor. I can't think of anything better.
That sounds like a hell of a foursome.
Well, everybody's getting ready for the first game of the season tonight.
Yeah, we're going to do this last night, but of course you had soccer, your favorite sport.
Ellis Gregor. I think we got a wrestling guru on our hands here.
Yeah. The old Stinger. I've been watching a lot of old school wrestling clips keep showing up on my Facebook, and I just watched Honky Tonk Man versus Hulk Hogan Saturday night main event.
Honky Tonk Man, is he still alive?
That's a good question. So. I don't know, but Honky had him, but then he got cocky, and then he lost.
Patrick Harms. Well, by the sounds of it, Joe Burrow, he sounds 100%.
Sounds like he's ready to roll.
He's ready to roll.
He's coming off a horseshit preseason, though. So I
don't know why he threw 3 passes. What's so horseshit about that?
I heard he said in practice he was throwing interceptions left and right.
It's not preseason. That's practice.
Even so, you can look bad in practice.
Just practice. Just practice.
Hey,
Joe Burrow's going to come out slinging that thing, and he's got some damn good receivers that we're going to be talking about. That has me a little bit worried.
It's like you're a huge Bengals fan.
I'm not, but I've been doing my due diligence. There's no doubt about that. Ellis Gregor confirming that the Honky Tonk Man is still alive. I'd like to think he's thriving.
I like to think he's still got that jet black hair.
I'm guessing Honky Tonk Man's looking rough these days. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, Bobby Heenan style.
Well, that's not polite. First wrestler that the Undertaker put into there's actually a lot of wrestlers from Minnesota, surprisingly.
Oh, it's a huge wrestling state.
Mr. Perfect, R.I.P.
Hell yeah, Kurt Hennig.
All right. Let's talk some damn Vikings. Let's talk some week 1. We're going to be diving balls deep into this as far as what to expect, who needs to show up, all sorts of things. Where shall we start?
Let's just kind of step back a little bit and look at this thing. So, we got some former Vikings who are playing on the Bengals. We got some former Bengals who played for the Vikings. We got one guy who's played for both teams, Mackenzie Alexander. Who would you rather have back right now? Would you rather have Trey Waynes back or Riley Reef?
That's not even a question. I mean, Trey Waynes isn't even playing yet. He's injured, wasn't he?
If he was healthy.
If he was healthy, I'm still taking Riley Reef. Smash. Yeah, Riley Reef, no doubt about it. Looking at our offensive line right now, Riley Reef could step in at that left tackle and be good. We know he's good. Ellis Gregor agrees. It's not even close. Our cornerbacks are damn good right now. So no doubt about it. Riley Reef. I was actually a little torn when we moved on from him.
I mean, to me, the question would have been if Mac Alexander was still there. Because, I mean, what he does in the nickel there, line up, blitzing, I really missed that last year. So he was kind of the guy I would have had. It's still for me, it's Riley Reef, and it's a slam dunk, no doubt, especially with the situation right now with our left tackle. Christian Darrisaw is starting to practice, but not anywhere near being ready. And Rashad Hill, I mean, that is not great having him as our starting left tackle tomorrow or Sunday.
Mano Mirai in the house. Working on some Gus Edwards fantasy chat. And you also forgot Jake Browning. So shame on you. Even though he's on the practice squad, you could have had him back. And Jason Bowman, you were right. Jamar Chase is dropping balls left and right.
Well, here's
which means
one
he'll probably light us up for 300 yards.
That's what I wanted to bring up. Not that I'm worried about Jamar Chase, but one thing the Minnesota Vikings have done in the past many times is when a rookie has their breakout game, it's against the Vikings. Josh Allen back week 3 when he was a rookie made Anthony Barr look downright foolish. Last year, CeeDee Lamb goes off on us. It happens all the time. Minnesota Vikings against rookies, they tend just to do well. So that does concern me a little bit.
Jeff Gresham is Riley Reeves sucks. I don't know who he plays for. I want to know who that is, but I agree. I guess I agree.
Jeff Gresham's wasted.
Ellis Gregor, Chase has the Troy Williams. It's funny because the tweet that was put out today was that Jamar Chase was having issues catching the ball because he's not used to the NFL ball without the stripes on it.
Yeah.
That is a red flag if I've ever seen one.
It's a little concerning.
It's not, whether it's true or not might be, but the fact that he actually comes out and says that, if that's the case, you might want to keep that just to yourself because that just looks bad. And somebody had a retweet and said, "Are you kidding me? He's been off for a year practicing for the NFL and he's been using a college ball.
Probably
this is just BS."
It's weird. It was bizarre, and yeah, you hope it's not true. But if I'm the Vikings, I'm gonna be ready for Jamar Chase. I bet you, if he went off, I wouldn't be shocked one bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any concerns. Jamar Chase, yes, he had a shitty preseason. He had 3 drops, sort of 5 targets. I could be off here, but he's gonna be damn good. He's got whatever. He's gonna be damn good, and I am a little scared about him. They got some damn good receivers. Him, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. They got some pretty good damn receivers. So I expect Jamar Chase to actually catch the ball.
Well, that's a good segue. So let's go off this. We're kind of talking about things in the Bengals that do worry us, that do concern us. And I think that's definitely one. The receivers you just mentioned, they got a 3-headed monster there with Higgins and Boyd and Chase. So that is definitely very scary. But I would be more worried if we had our secondary from last year. Right now we got, Patrick Peterson, Rashad Breeland, Mac Alexander, Harrison Smith, Xavier Woods. So I feel pretty good about our chances there. One matchup that horrifies me, it's Trey Hendrickson versus Rashad Hill.
All right, so we're going to matchups.
Yeah, that's just things that worry you about the Bengals. And to me, it's Trey Hendrickson is number 1 against Rashad Hill. That could be definitely a major concern. I'm going to give him tight end help. I'm going to put C.J. Ham over there. I'm going to roll Kirk Cousins to the right whenever I can because to me, that's a mismatch that is definitely be exploited on Sunday.
Yeah, well, you know who's there to help him? A man named Ezra freaking Cleveland. Trey Hendrickson's going to be put in the dirt. But yes, that terrifies me. Rashad Hill, I could see him having a real rough go at it week 1 against him. He's going to have his hands full. Other key matchups, I think, are definitely when you look at the Bengals side of things, Eli Apple. I love that. Eli Apple against our wide receivers. We should be chomping at the bit to go after him with Trey Waynes out. Their secondary cornerbacks, at least, are not overly fantastic. They got a good couple of safeties with Bates and Von Bell. But Eli Apple, I love that matchup, and I think that could be the Bengals' demise.
Yeah, it could be huge. Thielen, whoever it's going to be, Thielen, Jefferson. We're not sure who would be lined up on Apple, but that's going to be a huge advantage for Minnesota Vikings. And their linebackers aren't especially great in coverage, so the thing that's been weird with the Vikings, we don't know what that tight end position is going to look like. Tyler Conklin's still not fully healthy. Chris Herndon probably not ready. And Brandon Dillon, not a ton of experience there either. So is it going to be wide receiver, 3 wide receivers, 4 wide receivers, a lot of Delvin Cook, which I think we'll probably see a pretty heavy dose of Delvin.
Maybe this will be the Brandon Dillon coming out party of 2021. Other key matchups, I think, are the linebackers. Their linebackers. Doesn't sound like they're overly fantastic by any means, especially when it comes to covering tight ends. So this might give us a little bit of hope. If Conklin's out there, he could have a pretty damn good game. Dillon could have a good game, but I could see the Vikings taking advantage of that linebacker core and also Dalvin Cook getting past that front 4, making them look damn silly.
Yeah, and I don't get. I've seen a lot of national media things on Twitter with the Bengals, people picking the Bengals. I don't know what
channel are you watching,
or what they're looking at, or what they're seeing. Because you're not. If you look at the Vikings from last year, then maybe you give this to the Bengals. But the way this team has improved, I think the Bengals have a hell of a time running the ball. It's going to fall on Joe Burrow's shoulders with the pass rush with Hunter, Wanham, Griffin, Sheldon Richardson coming up the middle. On passing downs, it's going to be tough for him to find an open receiver to have any time. And I think it's going to be a long day for Mr. Burrow.
Well, Patrick Harms brings up a fantastic point. It's going to be a long day for Riley Reif.
Yeah.
He's trying to stop a very hungry, angry, motivated Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter, I think, could have a very splashy week one. Riley Reif, he's going to be wishing he was on the Vikings this week.
Yeah, Hunter's going to be hungry. He's going to be ready to go. He's looked fantastic in practice. I mean, when Mike Zimmer is saying, I don't even know how he does it, he doesn't handle praise that easy. And Hunter, I think he's ready. He's ready to prove he's worth every penny of his extension, and he needs another one.
I know Joe Conklin, injury prone, who's stepping when he goes down. The great Chris Herndon. That's who. Boom.
And that's one thing. We're kind of blowing off Chris Herndon thinking he's not going to be ready, but he's a veteran. He's been around for a while. It's not going to take him long to catch on to this offense, and he can simplify things. Maybe you don't have that chemistry yet with Kirk Cousins. You can't kind of sense what he's going to do, but Herndon's a pro, so maybe he does come up and step up. And, I don't know. Is Conklin really injury prone?
Conklin, yeah, definitely had some injury issues. I'm on board with that. Ellis Gregor, yeah, the Bengals have not had a winning season since 2015. Last year they had 4 wins. I definitely think they're probably trending upwards, but by trending upwards, I mean maybe a couple more wins than last year. I mean 6-11, maybe 7-10. We'll see. Joe Burrow will get them a couple of years. I think Cincinnati's going to be a team to that'll be in the mix.
Yeah, no, they're definitely a team, on the upswing, but they're not there yet. They got some pieces, but not all the pieces are in place. So for the Vikings, again, I mean, this team feels like they're all in, ready to roll. So if they go in week 1 and drop this game, not great.
Speaking of Bengals, let's talk Bengals. Favorite Bengal of all time. And let's see some comments. Favorite Bengal of all time. They got David Klingler, Kajana Carter. These guys are just waiting to get that Hall of Fame jacket. So who, Lupagus, is your favorite Bengal of all time?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to this goes back to my early fantasy football days, and a guy who was always there early in top 10.
It's too easy.
8th-round pick. I'm going my running back, Corey Dillon. I love Corey Dillon back in the day. And Bengals have always kind of been my second or third favorite team. I lived in Cincinnati for a little bit. Corey Dillon, this guy was just a workhorse, consistent, steady, gets you 1,300 yards a year, maybe 6 to 8 touchdowns. But Corey Dillon, powerful, strong back, and a guy you can rely on every single Sunday.
Ellis Gregor, I'm not surprised by the Ken Anderson pick. I was thinking maybe Anthony Munoz from him or Chris Collinsworth, but Ken Anderson makes sense. There's a Munoz. We got, Guy Black. Now we're talking. That's my guy, Jeff Black. It's Jeff Blake. Jeff Blake, that is my favorite Bengal all time. No doubt about it.
Maybe he named his kid after Jeff Blake.
You know what? Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Jeff Blake, when he had Darnay Scott, Carl Pickens, he would drop back and just whip that thing. If you don't love Jeff Blake, you're nuts. Icky Woods, Icky Shuffle, baby.
Boomer was a Bengal, yes.
None. Only a fan of the Vikings, man. Mano Mide is very stuck in his ways today.
He is.
I love it. Carson. All right, Carson Palmer. There's been some fun Bengals over the years. Peter Warwick, he was always a fun one.
I was always a big Justin Smith fan, too. Another guy, just a hardworking guy, consistent.
Rumored to the Vikings for there a couple years. Just did not happen.
Yeah.
All right, enough about the Bengals. Enough about the Bengals. Let's talk about Vikings. What?
I was going to pick a good topic.
Oh, what do you got? Fire away.
The Viking. Maybe you're going this route too. Which Viking is under the most pressure to perform this Sunday, in terms of potentially, keeping his roster spot alive, keeping his job alive? Who needs to step up this Sunday?
Patrick Harms. Yes, I do remember that, and he shafted us for the Seahawks. And guess what? He went to Seattle, and his career went downhill after that. He should have came to Minnesota.
It would have been awesome. Who was our quarterback back then? Was it like Castle?
No, that was before. That was probably like Brooks Bollinger. It was pretty rough go at it. Maybe T-Jack. It was probably T-Jack actually. Viking under the most pressure to show up week one. It was Sage. Patrick Harms is, I believe him. Most pressure. We got a Cousins. We got a Rashad Hill, and confirming it's Hill. I don't think that I'm going to give Rashad Hill a pass on this one because pressure wise, I think we know what we have in Rashad Hill. We've seen him out there a lot. We can't expect the world from him, so I don't think the pressure's really on him.
They got no other option. What? I mean, if he sucks, what are they gonna do?
Like you said,
Darrisaw's not ready yet.
You said earlier. I mean, it's gonna come down. If Trey Hendrickson is manhandling Rashad Hill, the Bengals could actually have a pretty good chance of winning this game. So he does have pressure. I just don't think he's gonna feel that pressure. I'm going with somebody that nobody's mentioned. I'm going Patrick Peterson. These guys, the Bengals have a pretty damn good wide receiver core. We haven't seen Patrick Peterson yet. Expectations for him are probably going to be a lot higher than they should be just because of the name itself. I mean, I think Patrick Peterson will have a good season, but he needs to come out and have a good game right off the bat. We spent some decent money on him. We put a lot of faith in him. So I think he's got a lot of pressure, and he's got a tough test.
What's your favorite George Michael song?
None. I think the answer is none. Faith, I guess. I don't know many of them. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go Greg Joseph. I think this is the guy, if he comes out there and he misses 2 out of 3 field goals, the Vikings may look elsewhere. His job may be on the line this Sunday.
If he misses 2 field goals week 1, he's gone.
I'm surprised he's actually, they didn't go out and sign one of these guys that were released. There was big names out there. Guys who have been successful in the past. Greg Joseph hasn't even attempted a field goal in 3 years, which is horrifying to me. But if he comes out and kicks well, then you know what? You just roll with him, I think, the rest of the year. But if he comes out and struggles, I wouldn't be one bit surprised if Vikings pull a plug on this guy after week 1.
Yeah, he has no wiggle room whatsoever. He's that'll be an interesting one to watch. Hopefully the Vikings don't have to deal with any field goals. They're just running up the scoreboard, lighting it up with 45-yard touchdown passes.
Hell yeah. So this is on our little topic sheet here, but something I just thought of. So what do you expect to see, just scheme wise, either offense or defense, some things that maybe you expect the Vikings to roll out there on Sunday?
I have no idea.
I mean, defense. I mean, I expect
this saying I have no idea what to expect. When you look at the offense and what they did in preseason, you can't put much stock into that because it was so boring, so freaking vanilla. It was disgusting. I don't know if Clint Kubiak is going to run the same old shit that his old man was running or what they're going to do. I don't know what to expect. I expect I want them to come out passing the ball. I want them to come out firing. You can't sit and just hand the thing off to Dalvin Cook and chew up the time and have a low scoring game, or the Bengals are going to be right there with you, giving it to Joe Mixon and doing it right back at you. They got to come out firing and put this shit away. But I expect a pretty vanilla play calling. I don't want to say that, but I expect that. I would love to see them putting DJ Wanham back out there as the third linebacker, shit that you've heard that they were doing in training camp. But it's not really their MO. Zimmer doesn't like to get too fancy. So I have no clue is my answer.
Well, the one thing I expect to see on defense is a healthy rotation. Wanham rotating with Griffin, Weatherly getting the mix, Patrick Jones seeing some time. I think there's going to be a lot of shuffling with those ends. And then, Sheldon Richardson coming in, which is curious to me if they do move Wanham out to linebacker when it's definitely a passing situation, get that extra pass rusher out there. They toyed with it, and, Zimmer kind of blew it off. So that makes me think that we might actually see that in week 1. So I'm kind of expecting to see that. Yeah, offensively, I think you're right, though. I don't know what to expect with the play calling. They kept it pretty close to the vest there. I think they're playing just their basic packages. So it'll be interesting to see how Clint Kubiak actually calls a game, what he does, and where his strengths and his weaknesses are. And will he throw the ball more than 4 yards on 3rd and long?
Jeff H. has a great point, by the way. Great point. So you can suck it, Lupagus.
He also has an attempted one.
You show some respect. Jelly Monster's in the house. Always good to see the Jelly Monster. I hope Kubiak, for his sake, throw some sort of wrinkle into the mix week one, or he's just going to get the label that this is the same old offense, which we do not want to see. 3rd and 17, throwing a dump off to CJ Ham for 3 yards.
Yeah. I want to see the Vikings be aggressive, take some shots down the field. And I don't know what that means. I expect to see the meats eating.
You know what? I don't know what that means either, but I'm glad we got to see it, because I don't know what it means, but I agree with him. I also
is he calling Peterson Tomlinson the meats? Because if he is,
I think he's calling the running back. I think this is a reference to maybe running the ball, but I could be wrong. All right, let's talk. Vikings win. How are they going to win this game? What is it going to take for the Vikings week one? The Vikings are 4-1 the last 5 years on week one. What's it going to take them to go 5-1?
Well, they're going to play the way this talented roster should be. I mean, the defensive line is going to dominate. They're going to pressure Joe Burrow when he's dropping back to pass. They're going to stuff the run. Patrick Peterson is going to, play like Patrick Peterson of 4 years ago. Harrison Smith. I mean, the defense should dominate, and they're going to dominate if they're going to win this game. And the offense shouldn't really have any problem moving the ball up and down the field with Delvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson going against Eli Apple and his friends. So really, the Vikings, just talent-wise, to me, are a better team. If they just play football with better players, they should win this football game.
Yeah, I think I kind of already said this, but they got to air it out. They can't come out and just chew up the clock and give Dalvin Cook 30 carries. They need to take advantage of this depleted cornerback group, and especially Eli Apple, and put some points on the board and put your foot on the damn gas. If they want to sit and take off 9 minutes on the clock and get a seven points from Dalvin Cook, the Bengals could just do that right back. It's can't be low scoring. They got to come out. It can't be a 10-14 game. It's got to be 28, 31 points on the board for the Vikings, and do it quick.
Yeah, you don't want this team hanging around. You don't want it to be a one-score game with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Put this team to bed, tuck them in, give them some warm milk, and make them go to sleep.
Has anybody actually really ever had warm milk before bed?
I bet you Ellis Gregor has.
I bet Ellis Gregor's having a glass of warm milk right now. Right, he's probably right from the cow's teat.
I was backyard. Right. I was right about the meats.
Yeah, meats.
We might start using the meats.
All right. How do the Vikings lose to this Bengals team that is so damn hungry for a win? They're so hungry to come back and stop all the haters.
Well, how they lose? They lose is they do a typical Vikings thing: go on the road and lay a turd. Play down. They play down their opponent. They can't stop the run. They suddenly can't cover T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd. We've seen this before. We've had high expectations for the Vikings, and they let us down. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but to me, that's the only way they do it. They step on their dicks in every facet of the game. Other than that, I don't think they should lose this game. But we've seen it. So every Vikings fan has that little feeling in their gut, because this is you expect to win this game, but you've seen it before.
Yeah, I think they lose on top of what everything you just said. Just our front four, I mean, they should get pressure on Joe Burrow. There's no reason they should not get pressure on Joe Burrow, and they need to get on him early. He's coming back from that injury, missed a good chunk of last year. He's going to be a little timid. He had like 3 snaps in the preseason. Get on him early. Get him shitting his pants out there, getting him a little worried, because if he's feeling comfortable early out there with those receivers and with a damn good running back, Joe Burrow's got swagger. There's no doubt about it. And we don't want him that swagger growing inside of his soul. So Danielle Hunter needs to put him on his ass early and often. Michael Pierce needs to put him on his ass right off the bat with that big old meat on top of him, and get him a little worried, because I don't like the thought of that offense getting rolling.
Your rant just really made me aroused.
Thank you. I think Ellis Gregor would agree.
I want to know about that warm milk comment. I'm dying to see his answer. Nothing.
I think that warm milk already put him to bed.
Damn it.
Well, we're going to be back. So Saturday, we're going to be doing some predictions. We're going to be doing some fun on Saturday. So make sure to hit us up on Saturday. Tomorrow, we're going to be back. And of course, Sunday, post game, we're expecting everybody.
Hey.
We need the whole crew there with a good buzz on, talking about everything that just happened. That's going to be, I'm excited about the post game. That's going to be fun.
That's not post game. That's last call with 1 bar and Lupagus.
Last call with 1 bar and Lupagus. And yes, Patrick Harms. Hopefully Breland can get that shit done.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, sounds like we're wrapping her up. So I'm going to go ahead and I think
It's almost Cowboys Bucks time.
I know I'm going to find a really fun fact here that I had the other day.
I don't know if it's going to be as fun as you think.
No, I can't, I can't seem to find it.
Ellis Gregor's having a nice Chardonnay right now.
Is he?
Heck no, it is milk.
Really? He's drinking milk? Does he have a Minden or
I
what?
don't know. I believe him.
Oh my God. All right, here we go. Here's a fact for you all. I think I've used something very similar to this before in the past, but if you're from North Korea, I think you should definitely, for all of our viewers out in North Korea, you need to remember this. The sentence for getting caught watching porn in North Korea is death. They'll kill you.
Jeez, would have been dead years ago.